Well, I'm a Rotarian, a proud one for that matter. I've been a Rotarian since 2005. And what made me join Rotary, I was working in Rwanda in a bank, a commercial bank. But then I was invited back to lead an organization called Finka Uganda Limited, which is an MDI currently. So coming back, taking up that role as the CEO of the institution, it was a lot of work. I was very busy. I found myself always, in office, working with the team. And at that time, that's when we were transforming this organization into a licensed financial institution. So there was quite a lot of work. But then when I looked back, I said, this is not all that I need to do. There are many other things that I need to balance this work with, for me to have a complete life. And one time I was speaking to one of whom I take as a parent, because he's a father to my friend who is my best man. He's called Mr. John Mary Mpaji, who is a Rotarian of the Rotary Club of Miyenga. He suggested that I should come and join Rotary, and we had a Rotary Club near where I was living in Chiwatule, and the president at that time is the current Accountant General, Acting Accountant General, Mr. Godfrey Semugoma Bafirawala. I went to him and I said, how can I join the Rotary Club of Chiwatule? So he invited me. I started attending meetings, and eventually I was inducted as a Rotarian, and quite a lot has gone on. But the whole idea was to try to find some time away from the busy schedule, find some time to be able to interact with other people, find some time to make acquaintances, both old and new ones, find some time to eventually also do what Rotary does, serving community, and that's how I joined Rotary. And when I joined, of course, I continued to be the head, the CEO of Finka. But then along the way, I was nominated to be a director of the club, director of administration. Initially, I thought I probably wouldn't manage because of the busy schedule. But, the members had trust in me. And when they trusted me, I didn't want to betray them. I didn't want to let them down. So I took it up. I became the one in charge of administration, the kind of the CEO working with the president of the club. From then on, I continued taking on new roles in the Rotary Club of Chiwatule until 2010, 11, when I was elected to be a president of that club, thereby becoming the 9th president of the Rotary Club of Chiwatule. Again, at that time, I'd just joined Centenary Bank as an MD. Again, it was even a much bigger role. And I knew I probably again wouldn't manage. And in the process, I missed a training that all new presidents have to undergo. It's called the President-elect Training Seminars. And when I missed it, the country chair then, who passed away, may her soul rest in peace, she said that I wouldn't become a president of the club. Then the members thought to themselves, how would the club go without a president? They trusted me. So they went and pleaded to the country chair of the district, and eventually she allowed me, after undergoing again some quickly arranged training, to become the president. So that's how I became the president, with a new role as the MD of Centenary Bank, but again a new role as the president of the Rotary Club of Chiwatule. What I realized was that it is busy people that can take up responsibilities and execute them as expected, because I recall the club was run properly. I finished my year until a new president came in without any glitch. Of course, I worked with the team and also to recognize that Rotary has systems, has ways of doing things. And as long as you conform to those systems, of course, being underpinned by the 4-way test, every time a Rotarian is going to do something, they ask themselves, Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Does it bring goodwill? Is it beneficial to all concerned? Once you answer all those things in affirmative, then you know you are on the right track. And that's how I've been working and participating as a Rotarian. But again, after that, I was again elected as an assistant governor. Assistant governors are the people who help the governor of the district to govern or to manage the various clubs. And at that time I had 5 clubs that I was directly responsible for, which again I managed, because the district governor plus the assistant governors, their role is to motivate, to guide these clubs to be able to conform to the expectations of Rotary International, which I thought I did very well, despite of, again, the busy schedule that I had. So lessons learned, first of all, that once you are determined to do something, you will always do it. You may be having your plate may be full, so many things that you want to do, but as long as you can prioritize them, it is all about prioritization. There are things that you know you have to do, so that you don't just focus on one, thereby being able to balance the whole sphere, the whole life, what we call the work-life balance. And once you deliberately and you are deliberate about it, balance it and prioritize, you achieve. And that's how I've been able to do the leading of the bank, the leadership in Rotary, the leadership that I talked about in my community where I live, the leadership in my clan, and the overall management as a person. And in the process, again, you learn. Rotary gives an opportunity to learn, because all these things that come sometimes are new. So the learning is one of the key things. The prioritization is very important. But also, to know that you are supposed to give. Rotary teaches giving, because when we do all these things that we are doing, we are getting from other people. We came with nothing. You go to school to get knowledge. You get out to begin working, you get experience. When we were going to school, we were not working, we didn't have money. Somebody gave us money. So all that generosity is something you also need to pass on. Because at the end of the day, most of us, if you ask yourself, nobody ever came to this world with everything they need. They are given. And therefore, we are all products of generosity. And because we are products of generosity, we have to give back. That generosity, again, is well articulated when you join Rotary. Of course, in Rotary, it brings to life the need to be truthful, the need for integrity, the need for humility. If you come to Rotary, when I was the assistant governor of the Rotary Club of Kampala Arch, that is the very first Rotary Club. This is the club that had the governor of the central bank as a member, and many other big people. But when I would go there as an assistant governor, I was now the leader, even leading the governor of the central bank as far as the affairs of the club were concerned. And he had all the humility to always follow the things that we were discussing. We have the former vice president who is a Rotarian, but when you meet him in the Rotary Club, you are all on an equal footing. So humility is very paramount, and the Rotary teaches it very well, and which again comes back to be a key tenet of leadership. Because in leadership, you have to have the humility, you need to have the empathy, you need to understand people, you need to help others, develop them so that they come up and also to become leaders. And these are some of the things that, again, are emphasized when we get into organizations like Rotary. So I've been there as a leader. I'm happy, proud, and of course recently I was elected as a district governor nominee who will be leading this district 9213 in the year 2027-2028. So you've seen how, again, I've risen through the ranks despite the busy schedule, and I'm confident, and I know that I'll be able to execute those duties very well for the betterment of the well-being of our district and all the clubs that fall under that district. And I'm very grateful, and we look forward to that time when we shall be leading in a Rotary in that district.